February is the month we celebrate Black history by honoring the people in our past who had an important role in our history. The Abolitionist Movement. The abolitionist movement was the act of ending African and Indian slavery in Western Europe and the Americas. This act took place before the Civil War and was trying to end slave trade and free slaves. The Birmingham church bombing. On September 15, 1963, a bomb was set off at 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, a church that served as a meeting place for civil rights. Several were injured and a few killed. This caused violence between protesters and police. This drew attention to the civil rights for African Americans. Cheyney University. Cheyney University is the oldest Black college in America. Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was an African American abolitionist, orator, and writer. After escaping from slavery in Maryland, he became a leader of the abolitionist movement. He became famous for his anti-slavery writings. Medgar Evers. Medgar Evers was an American civil rights activist from Mississippi who worked to end segregation at the University of Mississippi and gain voting rights. Florida. Florida is one of the places slaves would flee to after escaping. Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican political leader, journalist, and civil rights activist. Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer was an activist that fought for voting rights, civil rights. Integration at Ole Miss. In 1962, an African-American man named James Meredith attempted to enroll in the University of Mississippi, causing chaos and riots. Barbara C. Jordan. Barbara Jordan was an American politician and the leader of the civil rights movement. She was also the first African-American woman elected to the United States House of Representatives. Martin Luther King Jr. King Jr. was an African-American civil rights movement leader. He made advancements in civil rights without using violence. Joe Louis. Joe Louis is an African-American heavyweight boxing champion. Montgomery Bus Boycott. Montgomery Bus Boycott was a political and social protest against segregation in buses. The Niagara Movement. The movement was a Black civil rights organization founded in 1905. President Barack Obama. Barack Obama is the first African-American president. Colin Powell. Colin Powell was the first African-American four-star general to serve under George Bush. Quebec. Some African-American slaves would flee to Quebec after escaping. A. Philip Randolph. A. Philip Randolph was a leader in the African-American civil rights movement, the American labor movement, and the socialist political parties. Selma. The three marches in 1965 were part of the voting rights movement in Selma, Alabama. Emmett Till. Emmett Till was only 14 when he was brutally murdered after reportedly flirting with a white woman. Underground Railroads. The Underground Railroads was a network of secret routes used by the enslaved people of African descent in the United States to escape to free states. Virginia Key Beach. Virginia Key Beach was one of the beaches that was available only to people of colored skin. Roy Wilkins was a civil rights activist in the United States from 1930s to the 1970s. Wilkins was also the leader of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was a human rights activist and advocate for the rights of blacks. He was accused of preaching racism and violence, but was called one of the most influential African Americans in history. Andrew Young. Andrew Young, the former mayor of Atlanta, was an American politician, diplomat, and activist. Matthew A. Zimmerman. Matthew A. Zimmerman served as the 18th Chief of Chaplains of the United States Army for 4 years, and was the first African American to do so.